Alright, y'all, so this is my Baja Warrior MB200 that I've retrofitted with rear shocks, swing arm, and want to go power sports fuel tanks. I didn't have room to make a fender look right, so that's kind of why the ammo cans went in there, but it was definitely a plus being that now I have storage. I did add a leather Springer seat. You can find these on Amazon. They're cheap and they're a little cheesy because they tend to bend because they don't have enough support, and the sheet metal they cover the cover with is, it must be pretty decently thin. So I might go a different route. I love the look of it, but it just bends and then it gets uncomfortable because it kind of squishes you up against the front seat. I did add the 21-inch Sun F tires. They're excellent off-road. They do sling quite a bit of mud, but you know, they clean out, so you could be going through mud and you might be slinging it, but you're still moving forward. For the front shocks, I used springs out of a Kohler 27 Command. They're the valve springs, and basically I just stacked them on top of the stock springs, and it definitely gives you that progressive suspension feel, and it takes a little bit of the initial sag out when you first sit on it, especially if you're a 200-pound rider. I am getting a charging system for the Hemi Predator. I think it's called V Power, offers a kit for like, I want to say it was $80 some, and it comes with 2 AC charging coils and I believe what is a Kohler 200 flywheel. I do work on mud boats too, so I have a couple 23 rectifiers that I'm going to use, or just one 23 rectifier, and that means, you know, that way I don't have to run AC voltage. It converts it to DC, and then I might throw like a little security 12-volt battery in the back. I'm not putting electric start on this. I don't want any more weight than what's needed, and I kind of want to see if I can maybe get it street legal. I mean, that's definitely high hopes. By, you know, installing a switch brake, brake light, and I'm going to put a 12-volt high-low beam headlight, probably yellow tinted, just to kind of give it that look, like the military style look. Right now, it's got a battery operated headlight. It's actually pretty decent. But you will outrun it at 40 miles an hour. I don't know if you really would trust a battery LED headlight for seriously much longer than 6 weeks. Renthal 996 handlebars, the high rises, with some knockoff brush guard handguards. They're really sweet because you're kind of low out here in Florida, and the palmettos they kind of fill the trail in, so it's nice to not beat your knuckles all up over those sharp palmetto stems and stuff like that. I did add a grease fitting to the neck to, you know, make sure you push water out and grease the upper and lower steering stem bearings. For my rear swing arm, I used Heim joints. They are, I don't know, the light's getting better. They're 3/4 Heim joints. And basically I just made plates on either side. Hold up. I made plates on either side, and then I welded the nut to them, and then jam nutted them too. That way you can, when they go bad, you can remove them, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. I extended the swing arm about 6.5, 7 inches, and pretty much just cut all the bracing off and cut everything off from here. That's where the old tube used to go. I'm probably going to put some 3/4 cold roll and weld it in just to make it strong and just keep water from filling it up and stuff. or you could just cap it off, but chances are if it even springs a leak, it'll trap water in there and rust it out. That's why I took all the end caps off of here too, to make sure that, you know, any water that gets in rolls out and everything's kind of at a downward slope. I made a big bracket, a big quarter-inch steel, stainless steel by inch and a half, and I think it's like 13 inches long, and then I pretty much just welded and made pivot tabs for the shocks on both sides. I am running a 60 tooth and I believe a 10 tooth up front with a I think it's a Comet 20 series CVT. I haven't been running the cover on it just because the cover kind of sticks out a little bit and pushes your foot off the foot pegs. RK Dirt MX chain. They're pre-stretched. They don't stretch as bad when you first put them on, and the 420 tends to fit just a little nicer between the tight tire and the tolerances on the CVT. So I had I believe a 40 on there, and I was getting a lot of rub action on the CVT bracket. I do have the Go Power Sports Super MB200 muffler with the RVL double, I think it's a double baffle muffler. It's still pretty loud. It was a little louder than I wanted it to be. That's pretty much it. I mean, it rides like a champ. I could go pretty much as fast as I can down all the trails and not really have to worry about, you know, the back popping up too much. I mean, I got the springs all the way out, so it's a little softer, and the dampening is, I think the dampening is pretty much set by the factory with air pressure. I imagine I could probably take a little more dampening out of it by releasing some air pressure, but I really don't know what they have in there, and I don't know if I want to use just compressed air or actually use nitrogen on them. And that's about it, folks. Hope you enjoyed. I know I enjoyed building it. I got 11 and a half hours on this whole setup now, and she runs good.